Hey class, it's Professor Jonathan Brandenburg coming to you today from Sealy, Texas. And I know we're having this week a video post, and some of you have really expressed a lot of like, how do I do this, and what's going on? And I even noticed here on Tuesday, nobody has put up their first video, so I figured I would be the first just to set sort of the example of maybe what I'm expecting to see in this video. First, I'll talk about the technical side of it, and then I'll go into what I'm expecting on the video side of it as well, and I'll kind of rehearse that with you, if you will. So first, the technical side of it. Now, it can be different for all sorts of different people. I am a huge fan of Apple products. That's what I have. That's what I work off of. So for me, I'm recording this on my iPad. And what I simply will do is the video will be saved in my photos. And so I'll go back to the assignment homepage. Well, I'll go to the class homepage and then to the assignment. And then when it says, I'll push the add new discussion, it says download a file. And I'll push that and it says, you know, where on my iPad at least, where do you want to get that? And it says, and I can go to iPhotos. And then from that, I can just download that immediately. If you want to get fancy with it, there's also editing software out there like iMovie and Video Converter and all sorts of other stuff out there. There's an app for it, if you will, that you can edit it, put a little intro, put an exit. That's fine. I'm not going to do that today. Sometimes I do that in my introduction, my own introduction video. I do that, but not in this one. It's not necessary. So that's how I do it. Now, it's basically what you got to do is just get it in an MOV or an MP4 format, and then get it, drag and drop if you're on a traditional desktop or laptop. Drag and drop it from your files to the discussion topic page for this week. So if you have any problems with that, please email me about that. It's a hard thing, and I can try to help you walk through it as best I can. So that's the technical side of it. That's how I'm doing it. Again, I'm recording it right to my iPad, and then I get onto that iPad, get onto the home website of our Moodle page for our class, then go to the add discussion topic on this discussion topic format, and then just drop it in right from my iPhotos into that, and that should work out great. So that's sort of the technical side of it, and if you need help, please let me know. Now, on the presentation side of it, I'm sort of going to give you an example of it right now. And so here that goes. I got in my surveys, on one of the surveys I got mystic, another one of the surveys I got companion, and on the third survey I got conservative Christian Protestant. It was really actually quite a confirmation for me on several levels, because in a lot of ways I am mystic. I go by gut and prayer, and I go by seeing God around me in so many ways. Of course, I believe sort of in the traditional Christian belief, and maybe that's where one of my surveys said conservative Christian Protestant. That's sort of my theology, and that's really that survey was focusing on, I guess, the theology or my moral fiber, if you will, or my value system is grounded. I was raised in the Lutheran Church Missouri Synod, which is absolutely a Christian, conservative, Protestant denomination. So that makes sense theology. But when I live it out, I do live it out. How I live out that theology is sort of mystically, if you will. And it sort of makes sense. Now, maybe that's a little overblown. Maybe I'm not as mystic as I think, and I'm really practical. But that's where those two surveys were helpful to kind of put those two pieces together. And then that's that third survey, the companion. How do I walk out in God's sort of plan or purpose for me in prayer and these kind of things? And it is companion. I really love to play off of people. Sometimes teaching online just kills me because I don't get to see you guys. I don't get to have a flow with you guys, a back and forth. We have some computer time together. We have some discussion board time together. I love reading your papers, but I don't get that back and forth, and I love that. I live for that in so many ways. So many times I'm like, hey, let's just all round up on Google Hangouts one day so I can see you guys face to face. So anyway, that's kind of what I experienced in reading those three things. And the surveys were fun in themselves. You know, I thought they were easy to take. And I'd probably like to nix that conservative part of that. I have no problem being a Christian and a Protestant. But the conservative part sometimes I would like to nix. But overall, I think it was very confirming onto what I already knew, but it kind of gave some validity to that and some value to, as I move forward, to kind of recognizing that about myself, that I need that as relationships. I need that kind of connection time. And the way I'm going to find a spiritual journey is going to be sort of mystical, where other people will just find it in simple liturgy of worship and maybe in prayer or fasting or these kind of things. So that was overall very helpful. Okay, so that was basically what I'm looking for. And again, if you kind of nix out all the technical language I talked about in the before and then nix out this back part when I'm talking about, it's probably going to be about a 3-minute video. Now again, there's no time constraints. If you want to go 4, 5, 6 minutes even, I would definitely say if you hit 10 minutes, stop. Just maybe redo it or something like that. If you only got 1 minute, I'd say maybe dig a bit more. Like give me at least 2.5 minutes or something along those lines. But that's when, tell me your results of your survey. And then tell me what you thought about them. Confirming, confusing, did it make you mad? Maybe it was like, oh, I didn't even realize that about myself until it said it, and then I realized it, who knows? So again, if you have any more questions about this, please let me know. I'm gonna post this up today, on Tuesday here, and hopefully it'll help you guys resonate with how you're gonna do your video posts. And I really very much look forward to doing that, reading those and looking at those as they come up. So have a great day, guys, and I hope this was helpful. This is Professor Brandenburg signing off. Bye-bye.